Now for our feature story of the day, is the Bitcoin price about to fill the 78,000 Bitcoin futures gap? And Bitcoin could be headed to 70,000 Goblin Town on the ETF Exodus, according to Just Blaze, Arthur Hayes. So let's break this down for you, considering we're currently at around 83,000 at the time of the live stream. So Bitcoin may finally reach a key downside target from last year as Bitcoin edges ever closer to the old all-time highs. Rec Capital flag an incoming gap in the CME Group's Bitcoin futures market. Bitcoin hit a new multi-month low around 82,000 as of yesterday. As you can see here, chart's not looking so good. There's the 1 hour. And despite this, fears still remain over where the market may put it in the next local bottom, thanks to the broad liquidity wipeout and lack of buyer conviction. The latest data from CoinGlass shows dispersed bid liquidity at around 80 Gs, which pales in comparison to the wall of ask up to 90,000. So for Rec Capital, there are two easy targets on the horizon. Bitcoin has created a sizable CME gap, both on the upside and downside. And if history is a guide, the price should eventually fill both levels, quoting the analyst here. Bitcoin is getting closer to filling the CME gap that created between 78 and 80,700 in November 2024. On this retrace, however, Bitcoin has developed a brand new CME gap between 92.7 and 94,000. We'll send it. Rec Capital noted that the upside gap matches the lows of what was until this week a 3-month-long trading range, quoting him again. This offers some confluence to the idea of price revisiting 93.5 at some point in the future as part of the post-breakdown relief rally, especially since Bitcoin has filled almost every CME gap that formed since mid-March 2024 thus far. So considering we're so close to filling it and what history shows us, I think there's a strong probability we do correct lower and fill these CME gaps. But you guys let me know your thoughts. Some markers are already calling for an undoing reversal to take place. And as I mentioned earlier, the Crypto Greed and Fear Index is all the way down to a 10, which is the lowest we have seen it in months. And diving a little deeper, Arthur Hayes Just Blaze, and the reason I'm even covering him specifically, he's been calling for 70,000 for the past couple of months when really no other analysts were. This was back when we were 100,000. So let's entertain some of his thoughts here with how the market's likely to react. He recently posted 2 days ago on X, Bitcoin Gobbling Town incoming, lots of IBIT, which is the BlackRock ETF. Hodlers are hedge funds that went long ETF, short CME. Futures earn a yield greater from where they found or fund short-term U.S. Treasuries. So if that basis drops as Bitcoin falls, which we are, then these funds will sell their IBIT and buy back the CME futures, which is what they're doing. These funds are in profit, and given basis is close to the UST yields, they will unwind during the U.S. hours and realize their profit. 70,000 ICU mofo. So he's ultimately calling for a bottom of 70,000. And we also have 10X Research head Marcus Thielen saying a big part of the Bitcoin ETF demand is from the hedge funds playing this arbitrage game rather than the long-term hodlers. And we discussed this in the previous episodes. There's absolutely manipulation going on in the markets, especially with the whales, but this is to be expected, and we've been calling it for a very long time. So there you have it. Lasercat also says that Hayes is more of an ETH expert. He is a crypto expert in general, and when I first got into crypto, he was the CEO of the largest derivative exchange on the planet, which was BitMEX, in which, in my opinion, got targeted by the SEC because they couldn't control it. And then they kind of put FTX in that place as the derivative lead of the world. And then they launched charges against him. And then they did that whole shakedown, getting as much money from him and getting him to leave the company so that they can control the derivative market through Sam Bankman-Fried's company because Gensler was complicit. But I know I'm preaching to the choir. I'm sure you guys remember that. But Bitcoin at a discount, price is a good thing. Welcome, everyone, to the Q&A segment of the live stream. Shandy I wrote wore me out. Oh, my God. Why do I do stuff like that? Blame it on the spell check. Maybe I meant to say war because I was playing on words and y'all can't prove otherwise. I know they're there and they are. Exactly. You know your three they ares or theirs. Ownership there was the EIR. They are is the plural for they are, and there is just there. Teddy bear. Exactly. I do not know how to spell. Leave me alone. Funny thing is, no one would know unless you ever said it. But it's all good. Subscribe to the number one Bitcoin music channel. You know what to do. Link right there in the chat. Welcome everyone joining us. We got close to 2,000 people here. I'm going to stick around for another 40 minutes or so just to kick it with the fam. If you guys can repost the stream, it's always appreciated. I want to play some music videos. I want to play Bada Boom Bada Bitcoin.